back to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. My name is Martin Lang and we're here at Death and Taxes. Today we're going to talk about another one of the stories of the Balvenie. This is the bottle number 2 and it's called the Wick of Peat. Now the Wick of Peat has quite an interesting story, and this is because Balvenie is one of the only distilleries that actually can produce every single aspect of the whiskey. They have a cooperage, they have a farm that can produce barley, and they have a malting floor, so they can produce any type of malt that they want. So a while back there was a week there in which they didn't have anything to do. There was basically a break week in which the master distillers and the staff decided just to experiment on how they can smoke or dry barley in the malting floors using Highland peat instead of Islay peat. The difference between Islay peat and Highland peat is the Highlands has a lot more heather, a lot more vegetables, not vegetables, but vegetation, as compared to something that is Islay peat, which is basically just moss and compressed dirt. So in Islay, when you burn peat, it produces a really high, smoky, iodine type of smoke. The peat that you get from the Highlands, on the other hand, is more like smoky, like a fireplace, like woody type of smoke. So they did this 14 years ago, and they basically for 1 week they did their own barley in their own malting floors, and then they transform it into a peated whiskey. So this whiskey in particular is not like when you say peat, it's not like a whiskey that you will find in Islay, where it's like that sort of like iodine sort of peat. This whiskey in particular will taste more like a campfire, like when you're like basically just camping and making a fire or at the beach or whatever it is. The interesting fact as well is that this is a beautiful non-chill filtered. We have touched in previous episodes of what chill filter is, but just to freshly brush over it, is basically they don't filter the whiskey by chilling it down and then just remove any impurities. So if you put ice in this whiskey, it might turn cloudy because of the cold, and the oils will compress. And the reason why I believe they did this, this is not 100% correct, but I believe if I was a distillery, this is the reason why I would do it, is because if you don't chill filter, a whiskey will contain a lot more of the original flavors of the distiller and the distilled spirit. And this will make the whiskey carry a lot more of the original flavors from the malting. And being the fact that they were experimenting with the malting, I'm assuming they just want to pass on the flavor. So this is going to smell quite smoky on the nose, and then it's going to have all the characteristics of the Balvenie. It's quite clear for a 14-year-old, so I'm assuming it's like even second or third fill American oak. But yeah, you can see that's definitely campfire. You don't have that iodine that you get from stuff like Ardbeg and Lafroig and so on. It's more literally like I just feel like I'm in a campfire right now. It's crazy. It's awesome. Oh yeah, and that's delightful. It's actually quite light in flavor and palate. It doesn't have that super sweet vanilla and honey notes that the Balvenie 12-year-old will have. But it's just really fresh and smoky. It's actually really great whiskey. So thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time, and Slange Ba.